So, Marks and Spencer is the famous UK retailer with annual revenue of over 10 billion British pounds and with over 75,000 employees. So I am excited about this presentation because it describes in gruesome detail what it takes to transform the business processes, the business critical systems of a large, complex e-commerce system in a large, complex retailer. So for those of you who attended the half-day workshop that Dr. Steven Spear and I ran 2 days ago, you heard how excited I was to learn about how the tipping point that forced Amazon to refactor its Abydos code base in 2002 was when they shipped their clothing and apparel product category. And the reason for this was that the SKUs, or the shopkeeping units, for clothing and apparel were so much more complex than for books and music. So this created the need to create so many database schema changes. Each one of them could often take down chunks of Amazon globally. So up next are Richard Day, Software Development Manager, and Lee Wilson, Staff Software Engineer, who are going to tell the amazing story of what Marks & Spencer has done to modernize. And when you hear them mention the words bee cushion, think about how many problems Amazon had with clothing apparel back in 2002. Here's Richard and Lee.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. One more slide. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lee Wilson, and I'm a staff software engineer with M&S. I've been with Marks & Spencer's for about 10 months now. And in that 10 months, it's been an incredible journey. So much has changed in such a short space of time. Before that, I've worked across the industry, from startups in fintech to scale-ups in medtech, and now, of course, global e-commerce at Marks & Spencer's.
Hi, my name's Rich Day. I'm an engineering manager at Marks & Spencer's. Been with M&S for about a year and a half, but I've been working in the software industry since 1999, mostly in kind of fintech and financial services. M&S is my first foray into the retail environment and the first time that I'm working with an organization of this size. My passion is team culture, helping teams be the best they can be, and supporting engineers, empowering engineers to help build their careers. So, M&S is a British institution established in 1884 as Marx's Penny Bazaar by Michael Marks, and he was joined by Tom Spencer in 1894 to create the famous name that we have today. We've come a long way from the first market stall in Leeds, and we're now a multinational retailer with a presence in many countries. Our core business covers clothing, home, beauty, and food, but we also offer other services too, such as banking and opticians. We're proudly an own-label retailer, but we do offer carefully curated products from third-party brands. In 2007, we launched Plan A, our industry-leading sustainability program, and by 2040, we will be carbon neutral across our entire supply chain and store estate. As an organization, we cover probably 65,000 colleagues. This is quite a lot. But in our little part of the world, we have about 4,000 colleagues in digital and technology, and they comprise software engineers, QA, design, all of the kind of people that you would expect. But before we go any further, it's time to share some love. So if you live in the UK, anyone from the UK in here today? Give us a wave. Wow, loads of you. Fabulous. So I'm pretty sure that you've shopped in M&S recently. I can pretty much guarantee that you have got something from M&S in your house right now. You might even be wearing something. So according to a recent documentary, 1 in 4 UK men wear M&S underwear. So at least some of you are wearing M&S pants right now. And for the ones that aren't, you're missing out, okay? We have some famous UK brands as part of our portfolio, and so they have people like Jaeger, Peruna, Autograph, Blue Harbour. They're all well known and well loved amongst the UK public. We've got Good Move, our activewear range. That's seen rave reviews across the UK press for price, performance, quality, affordability. So you know, there's a lot of stuff out there. YouGov polls suggest M&S is popular across Generation X, Boomers, and Millennials. And I think there's a reason for this. So what strikes me about M&S, beyond any other brand in the UK, is that everyone has a story about us. And these can be sometimes intensely personal stories, loaded with emotions because they relate to pivotal points in people's lives. So, for example, children going to school for the first time will often get their first school uniform from us. Young women will have their first bra fitting with us. Young men and women will often get their first suit for their first job interview from us. People trust us. The UK trusts us. And we're with people in the UK throughout their lives. Personally, for me, working at M&S is a source of an immense amount of pride, both personally and professionally. It's the highlight of my career so far. And you see this in our colleagues across the organisation too. We love us more than anybody else loves us, I think. And our 20% staff discount helps as well.
It really does. I want to take you back to the start of our DevOps journey, back 2 years, back to 2021. We've all just experienced COVID, and it's resulted in unprecedented economic downturn. Brick and mortar shops up and down the country have struggled, as the pandemic has further accelerated consumers' utilizations of digital channels. Fundamentally, it's become clear that only one thing is certain in this life, and that is change. And we knew we could harness it. But 2 years ago, technology change within M&S was difficult. It was slow, and when it did occur, it didn't always have a desired impact. We didn't understand the why. We had a traditional project mindset focusing on features over outcomes, putting too high an emphasis on cost and return rather than the impact we were having. And as a result, we did not dedicate enough time to tech improvement and didn't invest in the long-term health of our systems. We had siloed our devs and our operational teams, which meant our processes and structures were diametrically opposed, stability fighting against progress. And we had outsourced 95% of our people within digital and tech, resulting in large project teams of 40 to 50 individuals with unclear accountability, unclear ownership, and a lack of autonomy. And we had a legacy tech stack based on proprietary in-house frameworks which were becoming increasingly difficult to hire for. And this led to frustration at every level of our organization. We had so many amazing people doing amazing things and finding themselves stuck in the mud. We knew if we continued like this, we couldn't compete. We couldn't stay relevant, and we couldn't be pioneers in an ever-changing market. We knew we would go the way of the dinosaurs, and we knew things had to change.
So we set ourselves a mission. We're going to use technology to enable everyone in the business to help our customers, drive great experiences, and be pioneers in our field. We had a vision to be agile, flexible, quick to change, to be driven by data, not by opinions, to be iterative, relying on small feedback loops, to be willing to experiment, willing to stumble, but most importantly, be willing to learn, to be outcome-focused, not output-focused, have everyone care about the metrics we're trying to change and why we're trying to change them. Most importantly, to put people at the heart of our transformation, empowering them to enable the business. So we had a decision to make. How do we start out on this journey?
So we had a big ambition, but we knew we needed to start small, test the waters, and establish the patterns and processes which would spearhead us on to bigger and better things. We needed a project that was self-contained, one that didn't suffer from the legacy of the past and would give us a chance to learn. We chose Jaeger. Jaeger is a British fashion brand that Marks & Spencer's acquired in January of 21, which we wanted to bring into the M&S tech fold. We needed to create a new homepage, one that would link back to our existing product pages. So we decided on a static hard-coded microsite, leveraging modern technologies like Next.js, TypeScript, and Azure. Learning and understanding, evolving our approach. We built a platform to support this, which we called Onyx, and created a new in-house team empowered to use those technologies and make the right decisions, with DevOps best practices and continuous improvement baked in from the beginning. And it worked. By starting small, it enabled us to test and learn, to get something into production quickly so we could understand how our customers were using it. And by doing so, it confirmed our approach. It created the foundations and a team that could seed those ideas as we scaled. And it created a product showcase that helped grow momentum inside our company and get others around the business excited in what we were doing as well. Our humble bumble. So we've dipped our toe in. We've created an autonomous, empowered team to create an amazing homepage for Jaeger. We've trialed and tested the technologies and brought the specialist knowledge we needed in-house. Now, the next easiest step would be a simple product page, No sizes, no colors, nothing but an add to bag button and some hard-coded product information. But what would that give us that we didn't already know? Easy isn't always right. And we knew to test we knew if this transformation was going to be a success, we needed to test its mettle. We needed enough complexity to test our approach, and enough components and infrastructure to accelerate our future product migrations. We needed a product range that had enough orders and customer traffic, so we could use the data to prove whether we had achieved what we had set out to achieve, improve customer experience, increase conversion, and delivering change at a faster pace. So we chose our humble bee cushion. It might not look like a complex product, but under the hood, there's a lot of moving parts. It required the building of dozens of complex front-end components that would form the foundation of a library that all of our web-based applications would use going forward. It integrated into our existing basket and add-to-bag flows, allowing for multiple types of product, each with their own unique SKU. And our existing APIs just were not fit for purpose, so we spun up a GraphQL layer to create a flexible and scalable approach to our data needs. We were ambitious. We didn't want this project to take years. So we created the teams to make such a dream a reality. Within 6 months, we went from nothing to 1% traffic. Within weeks, we were up to 20%, and we kept going. We were outperforming our legacy page on core web vitals and conversion, resulting in increased revenue. We had embraced a truly DevSecOps model by allowing our teams to own the full lifecycle of their product. But it was not all plain sailing. The waters were choppy at times, but we embraced and mitigated the uncertainty and the risk. By choosing a single product, we'd reduced the blast radius of our migration. If something went wrong, only this one product would be impacted. We focused on automated testing and finding and resolving issues before they made it into production. And we empowered our teams with the right tools and training to monitor their own application, meaning if an issue did make it to production, it was identified and fixed early on. All of this gave our stakeholders the confidence they needed, and the teams the experience they required to shift towards a DevOps-first mindset.
So at this point, we're gaining some traction. But we all know culture eats strategy for breakfast, and we knew we needed to get our culture right. So let's take you back to something Lee mentioned earlier, one of our challenges. It's 2021, and digital and technology had outsourced 95% of its people. So we knew this is not where we wanted to be. We couldn't be. We wanted to create outcome-focused teams, empowered to make their own decisions following the strategy of the business. We wanted to create an environment where those outcome-focused, high-performing teams could thrive. A place where data, innovation, experimentation were at the heart of every decision that we made. Where DevOps wasn't just a phrase, but a truly lived experience. Where metrics like DORA helped us drive incremental improvements. Where psychological safety was inherent. Psychological safety, in my opinion, is one of those bedrocks of a high-performing team. Where our leaders acted as coaches, helping everyone to be their best. And that's through things like thought leadership, fair challenge, collaboration, and not just technically. We wanted really amazing people. Where everyone felt that they were supported, felt they had mastery, autonomy, and purpose. So we knew we needed to get the right people in, talented, passionate people who wanted to do the right thing. We have a multi-stage recruitment process with a strong focus on cultural fit. In the last 2 years, we've interviewed a lot of candidates. I've done nearly 200 interviews in about 18 months, and I did 15 in March. And I'm not top of the list of interviewers. We've got about 60 people that do it. I'm not top of that list, and that's really annoying. We've grown the number of permanent engineers from 25 to 120 within 2 years, and we've still got more positions to fill. So if you're in the UK and you're a front or back-end engineer and you want to work for an amazing organization, come and talk to me afterwards, but only if you're not with your boss, okay? But seriously, we are really looking for some good people, so you're welcome to come and talk to me. We've created a career framework, so that's going to help us grow and promote our existing engineers. We've embedded agile and product coaches in every team, so that really helps everyone embrace that DevOps mindset. We've created space for our engineers to upskill so that everyone can be a master of their craft. We recognize every team's journey with DevOps is going to be different, so we've created frameworks, and they're focused on continuous improvement, prioritizing progression and not perfection. All of this whilst we're creating multifunctional teams that own, develop, and operate their own solutions to break down the silos between developers and operations. We're working hard to become outcome, not output focused, embedding our OKR process across all 210 products, within the digital and technology estate. The teams own the needles that they're trying to move, maintaining cohesion with the company's strategic direction.
Okay, so we've gone a long way. We've gone from a pilot to a more realistic, complex project, and we created successes on that way. We've proven the approach and have buy-in at multiple levels of our organization, but now the real challenge begins. We knew to scale it, we needed the right guide rails in place, processes that could act as a compass for our teams, helping them as they made their own journeys. We redefined our product model and team structure using principles like domain-driven design and inverse Conway's maneuver. We created frameworks around product and DevOps maturity, like this one, focusing on product health. We changed our funding model from a traditional business case one to one based on value delivered. We did this, and we did so much more, because we knew for this to succeed, it could not be done in isolation. These changes would impact broadly, and so we worked with different groups around the business to help us define and create the changes we needed. And by doing so, brought people on the journey and got them invested in this transformation as well. But now it's time to turn it into a reality. We continued and accelerated our work on the platforms, integrating security by design and creating a one-stop deployment process, and an ability to create rapid services. We started to create our new domain APIs, onboarded more and more of our applications onto our new Onyx front-end framework, and kept growing our permanent engineering force. But it didn't go entirely as planned. We've had our setbacks. And as our teams gained experience in their domains, new discoveries were made. New ways of working were created, and our processes, like everything else, had to be improved. This, above all else, is at the heart of our transformation, but we can't predict the future. So we focus on creating small feedback loops to help us iterate quickly, driving us on to success. And 6 months on from when our humble bee cushion went live, we've now migrated 100% of our traffic for all our major product categories, meaning 70% of our website revenue is now on our new and improved tech stack within 6 months. And we're not stopping there. We have 13 additional projects being built on our Onyx platform, from our loyalty program to our payment services. To support this, 5 domain teams have already been created, and we're planning for 25 in total. This is possible because we're enabling our developers, making sure a new engineer can be up and running quickly, contributing code in their first day. And we're enabling the business by making sure experiments are quick and easy to set up, and supporting it all with metrics like Core Web Vitals, where we've seen an immediate improvement for every app that's undergone a migration.
So Gene asked us to provide some testimonials, and this is a quote from a lady called Krista Nordland. Krista is our most senior stakeholder. She is Chief Digital Product Officer, so she's outside of the exec committee, she is our most senior stakeholder. Our transformation has helped us improve the performance of our web experience for our customers and our colleagues working on this platform. It enabled a step change improvement in how we work, going from 1 or 2 releases every fortnight with no standards to multiple releases per day and industry standard security and safety built in. Our time to introduce change to this code was reduced by 76%.
We all know DevOps is a journey, not a destination, and we still have further to go. Our processes need to continue maturing. Soon, our funding model will focus on total cost of ownership, utilizing run, change, and cloud costs, creating the visibility we need to enable better decisions at every level. We're going to break our reliance on huge monolithic technologies such as SAP, our warehouse and order management system, and continue with the great strides we've made in domain-driven design, helping us reduce the cognitive complexity for teams while enabling a faster pace of change. And of course, we're going to keep improving our platforms, our frameworks, and our applications, making sure they grow and evolve as our needs do. We want more of our teams operating at Dora's elite level, using metrics to drive our improvements and create an amazing developer experience every step of the way. And we need to build on the rich culture we've created, creating a company that not only accepts DevOps, but embraces and loves it as much as we do, helping us break down existing silos within our business, allowing us to organize around value streams and create even greater opportunities. All of this while continuing to hire amazing people, bringing even more fantastic ideas to the table, helping us do what's most important, creating an exceptional experience for our customers. And we'd love to hear from you about anything. Come talk to us afterwards, or hit us up on LinkedIn. We love talking, as you can imagine, and we can't wait to hear from you about your own experiences.
So in particular, we'd love to hear from anyone who's migrated large monolithic applications like SAP. And we're especially interested in how you decoupled, de-risked, scoped the changes, and how you made it a gradual transition rather than a big bang approach. We're incredibly interested to hear about your own recruitment processes, strategies that you've had, how you've managed to focus on getting the right talent, and reducing the lead time and complexity for getting those people in. Finally, we want to hear about your experiences on how you created team and organization structures following inverse Conway maneuvers, the challenges, successes that you've had, whilst you're enabling streamlined teams across complex horizontal and vertical product portfolios.
Tongue twister right there, good work.
Yeah. So we'd like to leave you with one thought, and this is a total vanity moment for us. We give you a quote to take away. DevOps is not a thing that you do. It's woven into the fabric of your culture.
This has not been a transformation, it's been an M&S transformation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.